Good morning, everyone. I call the meeting of the House Committee on Rules to order. It is June 2nd, 2025 at 8:06 a.m. Welcome and good morning. Our plan for today, we're going to start with a series of public hearings and work sessions. It's Senator Janine Sollman Day and the House Committee on Rules. We're going to start with Senate Concurrent Resolution 15 and then move to Senate Concurrent Resolution 17, followed by SCR 7, SCR 8, and SCR 16. After that, we'll move to 3 public hearings. First, House Bill 3403-3, then House Bill 3970, and finally, House Bill 3974. With that, I will open a public hearing on Senate Concurrent Resolution 15. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Senate Concurrent Resolution 15 honors Hector Hinojosa Robles for all he has done and for his remarkable contributions to the people of this state.
Very nice.
Do you want to start from Rep. McLean? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, all good.
Good morning, Chair Bowman, Vice Chairs Drazen and Pham, and members of the committee. For the record, my name is Carolyn Lee, and I'm the Chief of Staff to Representative Susan McLean. She sends her regrets that she could not be here today. As a proud resident of Western Washington County, this was a really important Senate concurrent resolution, and she's very grateful to Senator Sollman for introducing this and championing it. These are her remarks that she would have read. She's proud to say that she has worked with Hector Hinojosa for decades on improving the lives of the community in Western Washington County, and she's honored to call him a friend. Western Washington County is the heart of the Latino community, and particularly of farm workers in Washington County, and it's not hyperbole to say that Hector is the soul of this vibrant community. He came to Washington County with his family as a teenager in the 1960s and lived in the very migrant camps that he later improved the lives of the people living there. He uniquely understands the issues of our community, particularly those of the Latino residents, through his lived experiences, which have formed the basis of his activism and his service. He has been a tireless champion for expanding access to critical services and improving the quality of life for migrant farm workers. Hector's accomplishments are too many to be listed here today, but from helping struggling students obtain their GEDs to being a founding member of both Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center and Central Cultural de Washington County, to his work with the Building Bridges of Understanding initiative, he has left an indelible mark on our community that few, if any, can rival. As a founding member of both Central Cultural and the Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center, Hector helped create 2 of the most significant and impactful organizations, not just in Western Washington County, but in all of Oregon. Central Cultural has built systems to improve the health and economic mobility of underserved communities, and their core programs include K-12 STEAM education, workforce development, small business technical assistance, community health and wellness, transitional housing, and the Central Mercado Food Pantry, with Senator Sollman and Representative McLean were proud to give their ARPA funds to in 2021, and which had its opening, I think on May 9th was the date. Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center serves more than 47,000 people in the community annually, providing high quality, culturally appropriate health care. Few people, if any, can rival Hector's commitment, passion, and motivation for bringing people together and ensuring everyone's voice is heard. He is deserving of this recognition for his tireless work to improve our community, and we appreciate your support on this honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chair Bowman, Vice Chair Pham, and Vice Chair Drazen, and members of the committee. For the record, I'm Janine Sollman. I'm the state senator for Senate District 15, and that is in Western Washington County. I come to you today in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 15, honoring Hector Hinojosa for his valuable contributions to the people of the state of Oregon. Hector is a valued and longtime constituent of mine, and this past October, he was honored with the Oatley Award, the highest recognition awarded by the Mexican government to members of the community in the United States. The word Oatley means path or road. And through his years of service, Hector has championed a path for so many in the community. Hector and his family, as mentioned, were founding members of two centrally critical, important organizations in our community, Centro Cultural and Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center. These are two of the key institutions providing access and services to Latino communities in Oregon. He is an active member of the League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC, an organization committed to the protection and advancement of the civil rights of the Latino community in the United States. I have personally witnessed Hector's community spirit in action and have been invited to join the roundtables he's hosted regularly in a local restaurant to bring together community members of varied multicultural backgrounds to share a meal, a conversation, and build community with one another. I have seen his heart for service in the work with Defensa de la Dignidad, raising funds for immigration court costs. Hector has a history of working to improve the lives of his fellow neighbors. He is a bright example of the spirit of community service and a testament to the notation that bridging the gap is not just a personal achievement, but a legacy that paves the way for others to come. Or in other words, Hector is someone who helps pave the path into a road, Oatley, for others to come. We will always advance our way through difficult and challenging waters by building community and championing the needs of those seeking positive change. Hector walks the talk and strives to improve the lives of others. Please join me in support of SCR 15 to honor Hector Hinojosa, and thank you. I appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, Senator Sollman. Are there any questions? Yeah, Representative Elmer.
Thank you. Not a question, just a comment. But thank you. With Virginia Garcia Memorial Center being in McMinnville, it has always been a wonderful option there. I didn't know that the man behind it. So thanks for sharing that today.
Yeah, this is Hector, and thank you, Chair Bowman and Representative Elmer. Hector and his family and many others were just those founding community members that saw a need and helped try to create that positive change and real critical needs for folks in the community.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll close the public hearing on SCR 15, and I'll open a work session on SCR 15. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, there's a no fiscal and a no revenue impact on SCR 15.
Vice Chair Pham.
Chair Bowman, I move SCR 15 to the floor with the be adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Pham moves SCR 15 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. Sam?
Representative Bouchard-Davis?
Yes.
Representative Elmer?
Aye.
Representative Trump?
Yes.
Representative Balderrama?
Yes.
Vice Chair Drazen?
Aye.
Vice Chair Fay?
Aye.
Chair Bowman?
Aye. Motion passes, and Representative McLean will have carry on the floor. And with that, I'll close the work session on SCR 15, and I'll open a public hearing on SCR 17. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Senate Concurrent Resolution 17 celebrates the life and accomplishments of Colonel Richard Kidd, who lived from 1936 to 2024, and honors him for his service to his country.
Carolyn.
Thank you again, Chair Bowman, Vice Chairs Drazen and Pham, and members of the committee. Again, for the record, my name is Carolyn Lee, and I'm speaking today on behalf of Representative Susan McLean, who is the representative from House District 29 in Western Washington County. I'm honored to be here today to speak in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 17, which celebrates the life and accomplishments of Colonel Richard Kidd and honors him for his service to our country. This resolution is very personal to me because I had the privilege of working with Richard for many years when I was a Metro councilor and he was the mayor of Forest Grove. It is also meaningful to my community as every resident in Forest Grove has benefited from his service and significant contributions to our city in countless ways. Richard dedicated his entire life to public service and to improving the world around him. He was a colonel in the United States Army and served Forest Grove as a member of the Planning Commission, as a city councilor, as a mayor, and as an affordable housing advocate through West Tuality Habitat for Humanity. He is remembered as a champion for our library, the driving force behind building the City Auditorium, and for his efforts to expand our senior center. He was also the founder of our Public Arts Commission. I particularly appreciated, as I'm sure you will all understand, his understanding of the importance of infrastructure and how it impacts communities profoundly. He successfully transferred management of roads from state to city control. He worked with ODOT on the Highway 47 bypass, which alleviates freight traffic through Forest Grove. And he negotiated the sale of the Fernhill wetlands to Clean Water Services to boost the city budget, but also which led to improvements in the local watershed that keep our water rates down to this day. Richard championed the beloved saying that Forest Grove was a great place to live, learn, work, and play, something that I've known for the over 40 years that I've called Forest Grove home. Very few citizens have so profoundly improved our city's livability and quality of life, and I am proud to be here today to honor his legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chair Bowman, Vice Chair Pham, and Vice Chair Drazen, and members of the committee. For the record, I'm Janine Sollman. I'm the state senator for Senate District 15, and that includes areas of Forest Grove, Cornelius, Hillsborough, and the Rock Creek area of Western Washington County. I come here today in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 17, honoring the life and memory of Colonel Richard Kidd III. Richard Kidd III was born in Stark, Florida, into a military family. He continued the tradition by joining the United States Army in 1957 and serving for 37 years, attaining the rank of colonel. Colonel Kidd was a Vietnam veteran and received many honors, including multiple Bronze Stars. In December of 1958, he married Christine Fay. As Richard transitioned to the Army Reserve, the family moved to Forest Grove in our district. Richard was deeply engaged in our community, serving a combined 25 years on the City Council and as mayor of Forest Grove. His leadership extended to the Forest Grove Elks Lodge, number 2440, where he was an active member. He was a charter member of the Forest Grove Daybreak Rotary Club. He was instrumental in establishing the Public Arts Commission and the Historic Landmarks Board as an advisory body to the City Council. Richard was a two-time Chamber Citizen of the Year recipient and received the Chamber's Lifetime Achievement Award last spring. And members of the Forest Grove Chamber of Commerce are recognizing and really appreciating this honor for Richard Kidd. He was also involved with the Washington County Habitat for Humanity, volunteering for 15 years. His efforts contributed to the construction of 18 new homes, with one of the projects being named Kids Corner in his honor. And the executive director of West Tuolumne Habitat for Humanity also is sending her honor to share her support for this SCR 17. I happen to my paths crossed with Mayor Kidd in our capacity being involved with the Habitat for Humanity. Many times we would cross paths during home dedications, and you saw his commitment to making sure that people could feel welcomed and warm in a house and continue on with their lives. He's just a really good human as well. I'm so honored to bring these names forward to you today to receive state recognition. And colleagues, I encourage your support of SCR 17. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Are there questions? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing on SCR 17 and open a work session on SCR 17. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, there's a no fiscal and a no revenue impact on SCR 17.
Vice Chair Pham.
Chair Bowman, I move SCR 17 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Pham moves SCR 17 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation. Is there discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Sam?
Representative Davis?
Yes.
Representative Elmer?
Aye.
Representative Scott?
Yes.
Representative Valderrama?
Yes.
Vice Chair Drazen?
Excused?
Vice Chair Pham?
Aye.
Chair Bowman?
Aye, the motion passes. And I'll have Representative McLean carry that as well. With that, I'll close the work session on SCR 17, and I'll open a public hearing on SCR 7. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Senate Concurrent Resolution 7A honors the life and memory of Dr. Phillip David Creighton, who lived from 1945 to 2024. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Creighton.
Okay.
Senator Sollman.
Chair Bowman, Vice Chairs Drazen, Pham, and members of the committee. For the record, I'm Janine Sollman, State Senator for Senate District 15, Forest Grove, Cornelius, Hillsborough, and the Rock Creek area of Western Washington County. I come to you today in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 7, honoring the life and memory of Dr. Phillip David Creighton. Dr. Creighton was born in Irwin, Pennsylvania in 1945. He attended the Air Force Academy and received his bachelor's degree in Missouri, his master's and doctorate's degree from Colorado State University, and then he began teaching. In 1999, Dr. Creighton got his start in Oregon education as the president of Eastern Oregon University, where he served as a great mentor and educator, having a profound and lasting impact on his students. After 4 years at Eastern Oregon University, Dr. Creighton got the opportunity to serve as president from 2003 to 2009 of Pacific University in Forest Grove, the district I have the honor of representing. At Pacific University, Dr. Creighton left an extraordinary and lasting impression, as you will see from testimony on the record. As president, he was remembered as a remarkable champion of education and a treasured community leader, known for his integrity, his work ethic, dedication, and vision for the university, and personable demeanor. In Forest Grove today, we will see the impacts of Dr. Creighton that he has left behind. Most notably, in honor of his tenure, an original building that is on campus was dedicated as Creighton Hall in 2009, which stands to honor his instrumental hand in building and transforming the campus as we know it today. Dr. Creighton passed away in September of 2024, and he is survived by his beloved wife, Lee, their daughter, Natalie, their son, David, siblings, Douglas and Sally, 4 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Hundreds of Oregonian students were impacted by his dedication, and he had a particular knack for remembering names and faces of his students, past and present. So colleagues, I urge you to do the same today. Please join me in doing Dr. Creighton the same honor in remembering his name for his immense impact on Oregon education, and join me in supporting SCR 7 to honor the life of Dr. Phillip David Creighton. Thank you.
Well said. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Vice Chair Pham. Oh, excuse me. I'll close the public hearing on SCR 7 and open a work session on SCR 7. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, SCR 7 has a no fiscal and a no revenue impact.
Now, Vice Chair Pham, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. Chair Bowman, I move SCR 7A to the floor with a B adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Pham moves SCR 7A to the floor with a B adopted recommendation. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Sam.
Representative Butler Davis?
Yes.
Representative Elmer?
Aye.
Representative Truitt?
Yes.
Representative Valderrama?
Yes.
Vice Chair Drazen?
Excused?
Vice Chair Pham?
Aye.
Chair Bowman?
Aye. Motion passes. And Representative McLean? Okay. Great. I will close the work session on SCR 7 and open a public hearing on SCR 8. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Senate Concurrent Resolution 8 honors the life and service of Private William Ezra Leon, Billy Calkins, who lived from 1925 to 1942.
Very nice. Senator Sollman.
Chair Bowman, Vice Chair Pham, and members of the committee, for the record, I'm Janine Sollman. I am the state senator for Senate District 15, which includes areas of Forest Grove, Cornelius, Hillsborough, and the Rock Creek area of Western Washington County. I come before you today as a proud daughter, wife, sister, sister-in-law, and niece of several generations of military strong family to pay tribute to the life and service of Private Billy Calkins in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 8. In 1941, when he was just 16 years old, Private Calkins told a very big lie. His lie was not to dodge a draft to avoid service, but instead he lied about his age to enlist in the United States Army because he felt such a duty to truly serve his country in such a selfless way. While serving in the Philippines, where I happened to be born when my father was serving, Private Calkins was captured on the Bataan Peninsula. After surviving the Bataan death march, he was imprisoned at the Cabanatuan prison of war camp, where he died on November 1st, 1942, when he was just 17 years old. As part of the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency's Cabanatuan project, which began in 2018, the remains of Private Calkins were identified on April 17th, 2024. This past year, on September 13th, 2024, the remains of Private Calkins were finally laid to rest with full military honors next to his mother's grave at Furlong Memorial Park in my district in Hillsborough. Colleagues, I thank you for your time and your consideration today, and I encourage your support of SCR 8 to honor the life and service of Private Billy Calkins. Thank you.
What a beautiful story. Thank you for bringing that forward. Is there discussion? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing on SCR 8, and I'll open a work session on SCR 8. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, there's a no fiscal and no revenue impact on SCR 8.
Vice Chair Pham.
Chair Bowman, I move SCR 8 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Pham moves SCR 8 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation. Is there discussion? All right, Sam.
Representative Davis.
Yes.
Representative Elmer.
Aye.
Representative Truitt.
Yes.
Representative Valderrama.
Yes.
Vice Chair Drazen.
Excused?
Vice Chair Fam.
Aye.
Chair Bowman.
Aye. Motion passes. Sosa, McLean?
Yeah.
We'll do Sosa. Representative Sosa will carry on the floor. With that, I'll close the work session on SCR 8, and I will open a public hearing on SCR 16. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Senate Concurrent Resolution 16 honors the life and memory of Dr. Ralph Franklin Helzerman Jr., who lived from 1942 to 2024.
Senator.
Good morning, Chair Bowman, Vice Chair Pham, members of the committee. For the record, I'm Janine Sollman. I'm the state senator from Forest Grove, Cornelius, Hillsborough, and the Rock Creek area of Western Washington County. I come to you today in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 16, honoring the life and memory of Dr. Ralph Franklin Helzerman Jr. I could start with the fact that Ralph was born in Pendleton, Oregon in 1942, that he received the National Defense Service Medal while serving as a general medical officer in the Air Force during the Vietnam War, that after completing his residency in the ophthalmology at the OHSU's Casey Eye Institute, he co-founded the Hillsborough Eye Clinic and practiced for 37 years until his retirement in 2010. But the facts of his life don't even begin to describe the soul and spirit of this kind and gentle man. Ralph had a deep sense of family, and any group that he got involved with became family to him. Groups like the Oregon Chorale, where he sang for more than 30 years and served on the advisory board. Ralph and his wife, Marilyn, supported organizations like the Hillsborough Schools Foundation, Hillsborough Medical Center Foundation, Parks and Recreation, the Hillsborough Hops Foundation, and the Hillsborough Community Foundation, where he served on the board. They were instrumental in helping fund the Walters Cultural Arts Center, Jackson Bottom Wetlands, Noble Woods, and recently the all-inclusive playground at the Hidden Creek Park West. In 2016, Ralph and Marilyn were honored by the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce with the Philanthropic Leadership Award. But of course, his immediate family was the most important to him. Ralph was a girl dad before there was even a term for it. He spent countless hours involved in the activities of his 4 daughters. When they were married, he welcomed their husbands and their sons. He loved each grandchild and immersed himself in their hobbies and their interests. Ralph Helzerman was a pillar in our community, and not just because of his height. He was a big guy. But when I attended his celebration of life, the room was filled with person after person, story after story, Dr. Helzerman's positive ripple effect in the community. My desk calendar message the first day that I brought this was when I presented this bill to the Senate. It said, being around inspired, visionary, enthusiastic people who are living their truths is one of the fastest ways to massively transform your life. Ralph was just one of those people. Colleagues, please join me in supporting SCR 16 to honor the life of Dr. Helzerman. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing on SCR 16, and open a work session on SCR 16. Melissa.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, there's a no fiscal and a no revenue impact on SCR 16.
Vice Chair Pham.
Chair Bowman, I move SCR 16 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Pham moves SCR 16 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Sam?
Representative Bossart Davis.
Yes.
Representative Elmer.
Aye.
Representative Truitt.
Yes.
Representative Valderrama.
Yes.
Vice Chair Drazen.
Excused?
Vice Chair Pham.
Aye.
Chair Bowman.
Aye, motion passes. Representative Sosa, I will have carry on the floor as well. Thank you, Senator, for being
Thank
with us
you.
this morning.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and attention today.
Of course. I'll close the work session on SCR 16.